Good morning and Shabbat Shalom, day 533, 76 weeks since the horrific Saturday of October 7th, horrific Shabbat, where over 6,000 terrorist monsters, inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis, monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, UNRWA, the UN, also Red Cross is also complicit with them. They infiltrated Israel and massacred as many people as possible. They went from a house to a house and massacred in the most brutal ways. Whoever they couldn't reach to them, they lit the house on fire and burning their families inside their homes alive. In some cases, they actually tied the families together and set them on fire and tortured the children in front of the parents and the parents in front of the children. Then they also, of course, brutally raped women and young girls to the level that their pelvis bones were broken, nails were found in their private organs. The brutality of Hamas haven't been seen in modern history. And then they kidnapped 251 people. They are still holding 59 of them for 533 days. And we are here every morning, never giving up until all of the hostages will be brought home. We demand from Hamas and their affiliates to surrender and let our people go. All of them, all 59 in one phase, in one bus. And Israel should give up nothing. We will continue to defend ourselves. We will continue to target Hamas and eliminate terrorists and their leaders and their masterminds who are coming up with these horrific ideas of terrorism against Israel. So finally, the IDF and the Shin Bet were able to eliminate a big terrorist and an all-time terrorist, Osama Tabash, in southern Gaza. He was the head of the intelligence, of the military intelligence and surveillance and targeting unit. He was in charge to gather information and surveillance against IDF operations. He's in charge of many terrorists before October 7th, but he was also one of the masterminds of October 7th, and also the ones who are in charge for all the ideas, the sadistic, horrific ideas of the ceremonies that they've been holding for the release of our hostages and how they've been tortured them, psychological torture on them and the audience and the families, of course. Also for the ceremony with the coffins of the Bibas family. He is the head of all of this. It's his sick mind that was finally terminated. IDF eliminated him, and IDF will continue to target terrorists. And anyone who's in the way it's on their own fault. The IDF continuously alerting the Gazans when they're about to attack. They're giving them the notice. They're giving them the time to evacuate. But those who decide to stay, regardless of these notices, those who would not take their own family and move out to where the IDF is telling them to, are subject to harm. IDF has done more than any other military in the world to protect civilians' lives. And these civilians, they want to become shaheeds. They want to be human shields. They want to protect those heroes of them, those monsters, terrorists. And therefore, you have some civilian casualties, but the IDF will do whatever they can to protect civilians' lives. We don't want to harm innocent people. We don't want this war. What we want is for the IDF to rescue our hostages and eliminate Hamas. Or alternatively, Hamas can also just release the hostages and end this fucking war. We can end this war in this right moment if Hamas will let all the 59 hostages go and they will surrender, because they can no longer stay in Gaza. They could no longer govern Gaza. They have been shooting rockets at us. Yesterday, 2 rockets on Shabbat were shot towards my parents, towards Ashkelon, southern Ashkelon, where my parents live. Thankfully, they were safe. Once the siren went off, they went to the shelter room, as these are the instruction from the home command in Israel. And Iron Dome thankfully intercepted these 2 rockets before they were able to harm anyone. The Hamas started shooting rockets against Israel, and they're just shooting indiscriminately. The day before, they shot 3 rockets towards central Israel, where millions of people live. I think one rocket was intercepted and then 2 other fell in open areas. I don't know how there's even open areas in central Israel. It's very populated, but somehow with some miracles of God, or I don't know what is the cause for this, but they continuously to shoot, target us, and they fail. Including the Houthis as well, continuously shooting ballistic missiles at Israel, and Israel is intercepting these rockets before they even get into Israel territory. But they've been targeting Jerusalem, as they claiming that Jerusalem is so holy to Islam. That's fucking bullshit. They don't care. They're targeting Muslims who live in Jerusalem. But Israel will hold them accountable. Israel and the United States will hold the Houthis accountable, and meanwhile also from the north, from Lebanon, Hezbollah shot 5 rockets towards northern Israel. 2 of them, I think 2 or 3 of them were able to reach Israel territory and were intercepted by the Iron Dome, but 2 was too short and landed in Lebanon. It was fired by Hezbollah, and therefore Israel is now attacking Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. So the war is renewing. There was some ceasefire going on for a few months, which was great for Israel to give some break. But what you see in during the ceasefires, our enemies are rearming, regrouping, and preparing to attack more. This is just a cycle that never ends of death and destruction that is brought on Israel by its enemies, by the enemies on their borders. And we will stay strong, and we will defend ourselves with whatever means necessary, and we don't care about any fucking bad image. We rather live, and we will do so. We will remain living in a homeland Israel between the Jordan River throughout Judea and Samaria to the Mediterranean Sea, and if necessary, we will take over Gaza. On this Shabbat, I want to wish everyone a continuous peaceful Shabbat, for the IDF soldiers to be safe, for the hostages to be brought home immediately, and for the Jewish nation around the world be strong, safe, proud, and resilient. We will get through this like we've done through thousands of years and many attempts of annihilation. We are the nation of light against darkness, of truth against lies, and of good against evil. Am Israel Chai forever, and Shabbat Shalom.